Nestled in the heart of the Appalachian Mountains, past the windy roads in Pocahontas County, lies the Snowshoe Mountain Ski Resort, one of the top ski destinations on the East Coast. And while the resort is filled with beginners and amateurs alike, there's no doubt who's at the top of this mountain. Mackinzie Dickman is a ski instructor here at Snowshoe who began skiing and snowboarding at the mountain for as long as she can remember.
I've been skiing here at Snowshoe since I was about 2.5 years old, which would put it at 1997. I became a border bum. Everything I did in the winter involved snowboarding. I watched all the snowboarding competitions on TV. When X Games were on, that's all that was on the TV.
As Mackinzie got older, she became a star gymnast, but in 2017, she was involved in a car accident that changed everything.
I lost consciousness behind the wheel of the car, and I ended up 90ing a telephone pole. And I was air cared to a level 1 trauma center in Cincinnati, Ohio, and the injuries were not found until 2 years later.
In the 2 years after the accident, Mackinzie developed what is called a syrinx, or fluid-filled cyst in her spinal cord, putting her in a wheelchair for the rest of her life.
But it got to the point where I wasn't a candidate for surgery due to the size of my syrinx, and the nerves in my back were already damaged, so it wasn't going to be able to bring mobility in my legs back. So that mood was very depressing. My husband and I probably went home that day when he said I wasn't a candidate for surgery, and we were rather depressed. But the next day, I started looking at adaptive sports and said, how do I live my life as an adaptive athlete? Because I am an athlete and that's who I am. And so we just decided to move on.
And move on she did, moving from Colorado to the mountain she grew up on in West Virginia, where she excelled at adaptive skiing to the point where she now competes in races and works as a ski instructor at the resort. What does it feel like when you're out there?
Freedom. It makes me just as capable as everybody else because the engineering has allowed me to become as good of a skier as I want to be. And as much effort as I put in, I get out. And when I look back and see an empty chair, I can just go wherever I want to go on that ski.
Nothing seems to stop her. Like, yeah, there will be hard times, but she just learns from them, gets stronger, and keeps going. The fact that she's doing all this in the wheelchair makes it so much more impressive because she has her normal hard times that everyone else takes for granted.
But Mackinzie hasn't taken any of it for granted. She's training for a spot in Italy representing Team USA in the 2026 Paralympics, and she currently has a GoFundMe to help pay for the trip. But perhaps her biggest goal is to help inspire anyone going through a similar struggle.
Don't give up on life. Life can be hard and challenging, and you're going to have rough spots, peaks and valleys, but just continue to give life everything that you have and try a whole bunch of different things because something will pique your interest and it will bring back so much life into you that you're going to want to do it every day.